and action.
We're live here, and surprise, we're on the set of my boyfriend's brand new music video. Jordan! What are you doing?
Okay, let's not freak out.
What did you do to me? We're over, okay? Touch it! What?
You're still alive.
Oh, snap! Is she serious? Is she a good girl?
Breakups are hard. I was humiliated.
You're going viral in the wrong way.
It will get better. Makeovers are my thing.
When I first met him, he was 120 pounds of bad hair.
Why don't you just make another Jordan?
I will create the next prom king.
You make it sound so easy.
You don't think I can do it?
No, but I do think it'll be fun watching you try.
A bet?
Oh.
I'm in.
Just so you don't make it too easy on yourself. We'll pick the guy.
Hell yeah, that's right.
What about him?
Cameron
Queller, I think?
He is a total disaster. Weird, antisocial.
I don't want to stare at your underwear while I eat, dirtbags.
Great. Cameron, hey. I was hoping I could take a writing lesson this morning, and I figured since you and I are friends,
Friends?
in the sense that we go to school together.
Kind of a loose definition, don't you think? Not bad. You really can't enjoy this without sharing it with like 500 strangers.
Just capturing the moment. I like it. Disgusting!
Sorry.
Who's the new guy? A little scruffy, but cute.
Just wait until I'm done with his makeover.
He's definitely not what I expected.
So kiss me.
There's more to you than what you let everyone see.
And what if I like it that way?
Kiss me.
You're falling for our little project.
Things aren't always the way they seem.
So I was a bet. You can all go to hell.
I really screwed up, Mom.
It's only a mistake if you don't learn from it.
Things with Paget may have gotten a little more complicated than I thought.
So kiss me. So kiss me.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another exciting Grand Slam episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your host, the man with the boom, Kyle Charles, and
the man who is all that, CY Chung.
and this is September's entertainment roundup. So, a few things went on September. Like a couple of wrestling events that we didn't want to cover fully because they're nothing. One's
exactly.
Mm,
And a couple of movies on Netflix.
Yeah.
So which order do you want to do things in? Or release order? Because that's probably the most simplest way to do it, yeah?
yeah, do release order.
So which one came first, Kate or He's All That?
Pretty sure he's all that.
All right, okay. This movie.
You know what?
All right.
I'm going to
This
say
movie,
something very
What I
controversial.
can say is,
We go.
well, okay, first, what did you think before I say?
I'm not going to lie. I went in not wanting to like it.
Yeah.
And then I was thoroughly entertained by the film. I was entertained by it.
I thought it was, okay, it's on a certain level of trash that is like kind of funny, but kind of shallow.
Yeah.
You know? It was on
Yeah.
that. If it went one way or the other, I'd be like, okay, it'd either be kind of bad or it'd be so bad that it's good.
Yeah.
But what it is typical surface shallowness. When you run it down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
To be fair, it does have diversity in it,
Yeah.
which I didn't expect. There was
Neither did I.
two girls that end up getting together as well. I didn't
Yeah.
expect that. Not that I didn't expect it, but I was like, okay, that's kind of cool inclusivity.
And it didn't feel forced either.
No, that was the most natural relationship that happened there.
Yeah. It was.
This, right, I tell you what, okay. So she breaks up with her boyfriend, all about the social media and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And because he
Cheats on her with
hooked up with someone else, right?
Yeah, the dancer.
And she
I'm
was-
pretty sure he's meant to be like 16, 17, right?
Yeah.
And the
no,
dancer
yeah.
obviously is a adult, so there's a bit of.
No, that actress is 19.
Well, no, I'm talking about the dancer that he gets with.
Yeah.
She's 19.
I think that dancer girl is 19 or 20 or something like that. She's
Yeah,
not
so
old.
she's-
I was like, wait a minute, but then she's not actually that old.
But then still, he's still in high school, so ooh.
Yeah. Okay, yes, exactly.
It's that moral ground.
So then she was gonna celebrate his birthday.
Yeah.
And her friends are recording her with her items that are gonna come in, and they bust in, and he's in the middle of quote unquote dancing, we say, yeah.
Yeah.
And her friend doesn't stop recording. And I was like, right, what's going on here? But then it turns out later, because that friend is trying to sabotage. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh no, nor did I.
So I give the film that.
Once it wrapped around, I was like, you know, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was just gonna be a stupid thing where they're like, oh, we'll push the plot along by doing whatever.
Yeah. But I'm like, okay, there's actually like twists and turns. Cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
But I was like, okay, so they go around saying, she's like, I made this guy, I can make another guy like him. All right. And then her and her friends start choosing around who they're going to try and get this main girl to make over. And they skimp across all the people that you actually think it's going to be impossible to make over until they come to the guy.
Yeah. And like,
from Friday, where you're like, all right, but he's not that hard to make over here.
No, he's just cut his hair. Yeah, that's the only thing, really.
Exactly. He's got a slightly different attitude towards the non-superficial things that they are superficial about. He's vegan or whatever, you know, those activists and stuff like that. They're just completely different lifestyle.
Yeah.
And not shallow, comparatively.
Yeah.
And it's like, but all you have to do then is just make him dress different.
Yeah.
And then you're done, right? He doesn't even wear glasses. The Hollywood staple of being nerdy or whatever, right? He doesn't even wear alternative clothing that much.
That's the thing.
He doesn't ride around on a skateboard wearing black. Ooh.
No, he just
wears
a hat all year round and has long hair. Yeah.
And stands up to the bullies, sort of. You know, you can't do that. That's against the environment and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, cool. But then you got my boy, the big Asian kid, and you're like, well, you're gonna try and make this girl make a social media star out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
But you're gonna skip across the nerdy big Asian kid, because that guy would be difficult if you were choosing to do it, right?
Yeah.
No, you go for a guy that's it can easily be done if he just changes clothes.
Yeah.
You know? And then he's like, so he's not so shallow, except that he knows Katy Perry's songs.
Yeah, but you can say he knows because of his sisters. He can always sort of get around that, I guess.
Yeah. Just like, this movie right here. But why? Okay, tell me, why did you like it as much?
I don't know.
Or did you around your thought process on it?
I don't know. Like, I thought I was going in like it's gonna be one of those budgety, cheap, crappy sort of pre-teen movies. Not a teen movie, like pre-teen sort of movie.
Yeah.
And then like some of the things, like the subject matter and stuff, like the reason why the way he is because like his mum died and all that stuff. I was like, that's kind of deep.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that from this film.
Yeah. The reason why she is the way she is as well is because she's kind of poor but pretending that she's not.
Yeah.
And then what happens is they're like, oh, her shadow friends are like, oh, we knew you was poor all along, sister. You ain't nothing compared to us because we're rich kids, right? Like, right. Yeah. So yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay.
Some of them, I don't know. I found some of them like the morals in the film were okay. Like they weren't.
Okay. You know what? It's the thing, right? We're not the target audience.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I don't even know if I can say teenage girls are even the target audience. Oh, okay.
I don't know about that either.
This is more like for the lower teenage girl kids or something like that. Yeah, not like the not even the mid-teens and under. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all straightforward stuff for them to understand. It's not too deep, but it's just when you come across and you give them the message of, you know what, if you're buff and you just change your clothes and you let a girl see your abs, that's it. But then again, that's the same story from the first one. She's all that, so whatever. But
another thing, like I kind of give them to him as well. Like they didn't like have him showing off abs and stuff. Like they changed his look and they made him more like sociable. So it wasn't too vain.
But then the one scene where he didn't even need to take off his top, but they just did it anyways, so he could get his six pack in there for no reason.
Did he take off his top in this film?
Yeah. When he was changing suits, I think.
I don't remember that because I know the dancer guide because they just showed how
Shadow people are dicks, but through him, which I like yeah, that guy is a dick, and I like that how you sort of.
He acted really well as a dick because I was like, you know, I really do dislike this guy.
True,
yeah. Yeah. All I can say is, and then it's like, well, you know what? They were from different backgrounds, but they're kind of okay, not the different backgrounds, right? They had different thought process because they're both kind of not poor, but she was pretending to be rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're telling me all you have to do after you destroy your when your friends turn on you, it's just like, oh yeah, well, I if I just as a guy, if I just buff up and look different, all these girls love me. And if I'm a shadow girl, and I'd be like, oh, you know what? To be fair, if you're a shadow girl, you're like, I forgive you for my sins. It kind of is. It is actually a better.
Yeah.
It is a better, so okay.
So yeah, so I'll give it kind of that because the original one, from what I remember, he doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Sort of the main character guy doesn't have that sort of resolvement character art sort of thing. It's just like, oh, I realise she's actually a nice person, rather than.
Yeah. To be fair as well, I have to say, obviously you realised Rachel Lee Cook was in it.
Yeah.
Who was and I was like, well, you know, this lady's 40, but she doesn't look it. She could easily play this girl's older sister.
Yeah, because I literally was like, is that how much? Wait, how is she not old enough to have that at age of a daughter? You know what I mean? I was like,
well, okay. Well, we're gonna have to allow for this, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Addison Rae, the main girl?
Yeah. She's
yeah.
on YouTube.
I think let's just pretend they're 16, right, or whatever they're meant to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if she's 18, fair enough, right? But I think what it is because makeup, young girls when they put on makeup, they tend to look slightly older.
Yeah.
And then older, and you put on makeup, you make yourself look younger. So they're like you say, there's a little bit of crossover where you're like, so if she's 40 and her kid's 18, she must have had that 22, which is kind of all right.
Yeah.
But she doesn't look 40. That's the issue. And this girl doesn't look. Well, she probably looks about 18ish, but 21, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. I get what you're saying. So that's what I'm saying. You know, if she played her older sister.
Yeah, because I thought, they're doing that. It's her older sister, and she's looking after her called the parent side or whatever. But that storyline got put on.
That's her mum, and I was thinking, well, that's a young looking mother right there.
And then the other guy, what's his name, Matthew Lidder he was in it as well as the principal. That was pretty cool. I like the little callbacks there. That's cool.
You're saying this in okay. So I'm saying it's kind of the 50-50 for me because if it went even more trash, I think it'd be even more enjoyable.
Yeah, I can get that.
But it tries to give lessons, but it doesn't smash you over the head with it. But it's just very Hollywood style, shallow kind of surface stuff.
Yeah. And also there is a F-bomb in it, which I didn't see coming.
Yeah. So would you recommend people? Okay, I'd recommend a certain audience to watch this.
Yes.
And not just particularly teenage females, just like if you are kind of
it's a hard
it's basically a young girl's journey to acceptance, and if you kind of watch that, or even not even necessarily young girl, if you're like a journey to acceptance, because if you're gay and kind of whatever, you know that stuff. It's kind of like that, but it is really aimed at not men. No, put it that way.
Yeah, it's not aimed for us.
Definitely.
Yeah. But
because we're older males watching it, you were like, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those films like I would be embarrassed if someone. I don't know why, but if someone walked in and I saw me watching it, I'd be quite embarrassed. I don't know why.
I think it's partly because of all the social media stuff and how it's all. It's not. It's the influencer based thing, and you're like, yeah. Okay, so moving on from. Do you have anything else to say about that before we move on?
No, it was an alright film. Lessons were learned. It was cool.
Yeah. Okay, Kate. This is the Mary Elizabeth Winstead film, Kate, where she is a hit woman.
She's basically like a child assassin, basically.
But we're catching up with her at the age she is now.
Yeah.
And she got shot with a mercury bullet, sniper wolf style, and she's like, well, all right, I'm gonna work out who killed me, and I'm just gonna murder everyone in Japan. Not everyone in Japan, but anyone.
She got wait. She got hit by a mercury bullet.
She got poisoned. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they put in a drink.
Oh, damn it! Sorry, I might mix it up with something else.
I was like, wait, I didn't watch this film literally yesterday, so wait, what did I miss?
But she got poisoned with mercury, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay, that's probably why I'm mixing it up
plutonium.
with. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed this film. It was pretty fun, pretty straightforward. I think there was a twist at the end which didn't even need to be there. That Woody Harrelson was the one that signed her death warrant essentially for them to kill her. And it's like,
Yeah.
But then again, only really focuses on 3 characters: her, the Japanese kid, and Woody Harrelson. So you're kind of like, well, if there's going to be a twist here, then you're going to be like, it's not going to be her, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, because she's not going to Kate herself. She's not going to be planning her own death. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but I kind of feel you as well. Like, even though the reason that he does it is he doesn't technically do it, it gets sort of done by accident because of, like, I'm gonna say language barrier. Like, he doesn't understand sarcasm, so he thought, hey, he means if she leaves, he will kill her. We should kill her, but he meant it sarcastically. Again, I was just like, what?
Yeah. But I'd have to give it to the creepy Yakuza bisexual guy.
Yeah, he was weird. He was gangster.
His mannerisms were like on point. Of like, he wasn't being super flamboyant, but when he started going to murder mode, it was like, damn, that's creepy, man.
Yeah, I thought, like, this dude has skinned people.
Yeah. So good on that actor.
Yeah.
This actually, you know what? I like the film cinematography as well, the neon lights and all that stuff. Wherever in Japan they were filming, however, is the way it looks, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that's pretty good action. It's one of them. You can watch it. It's not about being invested in the characters. You're here for the action.
Yeah. The action was dope.
Yeah.
The
So
one bit that was, I liked it, but looked super weird at the same time. You know the bit where she steals the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, looked awesome, but then how it was shot was awesome, but a bit too weirdly CGI'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just going to be like, yeah. Well, look, I want to say most movies do that stuff where it's like, okay, it's going to look good, right? But when you think about it logically, it isn't even practical or whatever.
No.
Or like you're saying, the being with the special effects are like, well, it might even look good CG wise, but we're gonna do it because it's also supposed to be, an awesome scene.
Yeah.
I did like the little girl, right? Some things I thought she was like how they get the old actresses to play little girl, like she could have been like 21 or 18 or something like that, right? Other times the lighting hits her, and I'm like, that is a little kid.
Yeah.
I think she's 15 or something, but she can look 13 sometimes. I'm like, oof. But good, she was good as well.
She was good. Sometimes some of her dialogue kind of took me out of it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like swearing for no reason. You're like, wait, what?
She's a rebellious teenage kid because she's the daughter of a Yakuza leader of some sort, whatever they turn on her for. But yeah, I thought the action sequences were good. Because she was fighting all these Japanese men who are a certain height. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is like 5'8".
Yeah.
It didn't look too implausible that she could take out these bunch of guys because she's got better reach than them as well. But first of all, her character's trained assassin. These are a bunch of jabronis. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I can kind of believe all of this stuff that she's doing.
Yeah, same. Was like no bits took me out of the action.
Yeah, and she looked good doing the action as well.
Yeah.
Oh, like how much is her and how much is her stunt one? But I was like, you know what? She's looking like she's doing stuff.
Yeah. I was like, I like this. I've always liked Mary Elizabeth Winstead anyway. I've always been a fan of her films.
You know what? I find that she's always good in the stuff that she does.
Yeah.
Whether the actual end product is good or not, you can always get you always see a good performance from her.
Yeah, she's never seemed like phoning it in or anything like that.
No. And she's diverse in what she does as well, because she's done slasher films, she's done comedy, she's done action. She's
done serious films. Like she was in, what was it, Fargo season 3. That was a serious thing. Yeah.
And I think this character is similar to the Huntress template from Birds of Prey, except less comedy.
And better.
Not that Huntress was funny, but it's like, when you're so serious on a comedic situation, that it becomes funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Birds of Prey I was quite upset about. I was like, Huntress wasn't really in this film whatsoever. But yeah, that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah. But I enjoyed this film overall. I like the way it looked as well. Story was a bit predictable. Not predictable, but you kind of knew where.
After a certain point, I was saying before, you sort of realise, I know where this is going now.
Yeah, but then you're like, you know what? This film, like the previous film, they're not for the story. They're like for the. Well, that was for something else, but this one's for the action.
Yeah, so, like, for the murders.
Yeah.
What was also it? I think another reason why I really like this film because it reminded me of my time in Japan, minus me fighting samurais and.
I was gonna say, what, you fought a bunch of Yakuza guys in Japan? All right, you got poisoned there?
Yeah, I did, but luckily, plot armor saved me, so I was alright.
Oh, I did like it as well that she actually, spoilers, that she actually died in the end as well. But
yeah,
it was just
same.
Like,
I thought it was gonna be some weird thing that we got an antidote. Like, wait, what?
And it was just basically a revenge story from the beginning to end. It's like, who got me? I'm gonna find out. I'm just gonna take down the power of spite, essentially. It's
yeah,
like...
basically, yeah.
Oh,
it's true.
Yeah.
Didn't think of it like that. Yeah, basically, yeah. Spite kept her alive.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. Yeah. So I mean, not to read more details for other people, but just it's good action all around.
Yeah. I did not like from the trailer. I didn't know. Can't remember if the trailer actually showed that she gets poisoned and stuff. I just thought she was trying to protect the girl for the whole film. So that whole bit was like, oh, okay, cool. This is new to me. This is not.
Yeah. It's probably because the trailer don't want to. Like we said, there's only 3 main characters in the film, so
yeah.
You can eliminate herself at poisoning herself because that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But they. Yeah, I can see why a trailer wouldn't want to show that.
Yeah. And I liked another bit where when she finds out about the poison bit and she goes back to the people, I like how that scene turned out because any other film she would have just murdered both of the people.
Yeah. Also, it's like they built a good relationship between her and the kid as well because they're like,
and it felt organic. Rather than...
the kid's kind of a reject as well in the sense that no one in the UK, like, they don't care. She's like a burden on them, and she's like, all right, fine, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. And then you kind of get her backstory as well, and you're like, oh, you know, she ain't had a great life either.
Yeah, especially when they call her a half-blood something. Like, oh, wow, that they went there. Awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look, they give you enough story that you get behind certain characters with certain things, and it's not... It's not as just, okay, she's just going out there for revenge and that's the entire story. They build you as the story goes along.
Yeah.
Not saying, I mean, I think a certain portion of the movie starts happening in real time, but...
Yeah.
No, actually, no, it doesn't, because it skips between certain things, doesn't it? I was going to say, from the point where she got poisoned, that happens in real time, but no, they skip from night to night, really, don't they?
I don't think, I can't remember, now you're saying that.
All right. Well, yeah, okay. Maybe, yeah. Because it does seem like it takes place in the entire one night.
Because when she gets poisoned, the guy goes, how long I got? He goes, a day maybe?
Oh, yeah, okay. So, but it doesn't take place in real time, as in the length of the movie.
Yeah,
so.
No. Because that'd be weird.
I mean, they could have done it like that.
It could have.
She got poisoned at the beginning, and then she, like, from that point, 1.5 hours or however long to get revenge.
Like, that could work, but then you realise all the travelling she does, it wouldn't work.
Yeah. Teleport travel.
Yeah.
All right. So, shifting on to AEW Grand Slam, which is basically AEW Dynamite and Rampage. We're going to combine together and say it's technically kind of... It's not a pay-per-view event, but it kind of is a pay-per-view event, if you know what I mean. Like, the quality, match quality.
Yeah. You say is they're basically their version of a takeover.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right. Okay. So, the main thing we're talking about, of course, is Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. Yeah. This is the first match on AEW Dynamite. What was the date? The 22nd, was it?
I think so. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. 22nd of September. Oh, this was a great match. 30-minute time limit draw. That people were like, yeah, because they don't want they don't want Bryan Danielson to lose in his first match.
No.
And you don't want Kenny Omega to lose the title, lose not even the title, because you want Hangman Page to come back and beat Kenny. So everyone coming expecting a draw and loving it.
Yeah, man.
Great stuff.
It was
like
good.
everyone's satisfied with the draw.
Yeah, like 80% of people. Yeah.
People do that at the end, but that's because I think they wanted the match to go on longer.
Yeah. But I heard some people complain saying why they're giving it away on free TV and why the time limit draw. I was like, you don't understand wrestling, do you?
Well, but yeah, I tell you what, the other thing. First of all, it's to draw ratings, but secondly, it's like they were holding back, and you could tell.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, just imagine they went full out then, you know?
Yeah. And like you said, you can't have him losing already, and you can't have Kenny losing. So time limit draw makes sense.
Yeah, and not only that, it's like, this is best battle machine, Kenny. You know, it's like when Bryan came out and said, you're acting like a punk right now. I want to fight the best, and the best battle machine, he's got to come out at some point, right? Yeah. And he's like, you want him, you got him. And then they're having this match, and you're like, oh, damn. Like, I think it helped cut Kenny to a more serious character, and if that's the way they go, because they need Bryan Danielson coming out here, right? He's not Daniel Bryan. He's all business, and he just like way more aggressive.
Yeah.
They bust out some cool moves, counter mutilation.
Yeah.
Bryan just kicking the crap out of Kenny. Reversing the one we didn't do into a poison rana.
Yeah.
Kenny doing a very safe dragon suplex off the top rope to Bryan, where Bryan flipped onto his front to land.
Yeah, beforehand.
Kenny, as he was flying down, twisted it, turned himself, so he landed on his upper shoulders and not his own head.
Yeah.
And then the dragon suplex on the ramp, where it was quite safe as well, where it was kind of, you know, when you do a back roll.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenny does it all the time in the ring, when he does the dragon suplex, and then they kind of do a back roll off him.
Yeah.
But he was like, you need to make sure he doesn't hit his head or up his shoulders too much.
Yeah.
It was like, safely done stuff. And then he's just triggering Bryan, who has concussion issues. It's like,
I was like, dude, no.
Yeah. No, but as we know, Kenny can do all these things very safe.
Yeah.
As in character, though, and when you're engaged in the match, it's like, you're just needing this guy straight in the face, in the head. You're trying to murder him.
You're trying to kill him.
And he's trying to kill you with his kicks. So, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like, it's even, I guess. Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's some great reversals in here and stuff like that. I did like it once it went to a draw and they're both standing up throwing punches at each other. And then Bryan kind of took him into the label lock.
Yeah.
The red strap pulled in there, tried to break up. And then the super click came out, which is Gallows.
That's a super elite.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. The Jacksons and Adam Cole. And when they took Bryan off, Bryan's going to the corner, right?
Yeah.
They just turned around and super kick him.
Yeah, that was gangster.
I was like, that's great stuff. At that point, I think we were all waiting for like when Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt, was it?
Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Christian.
Yeah. They came out, and you thought everyone was going to get beat up, and then Hangman was going to come out and rescue everyone, but no, that didn't happen.
Yeah. It'd be a bit dumb if they do that right now. Like, we're just throwing too many things at once.
Yeah, but you would have thought, I mean, they might use it to the build for Full Gear, but...
Yeah, Full Gear, you still got some time for that.
Yeah, 2 months away. But and I can see why they put this match first, because it has to go to a draw, and you don't want time to be cut.
Yeah.
If stuff went long, this is not something you can cut.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit? So if you put this first, every other match sort of can go work around that.
Yeah, no, but then the problem is, of course, you put your best match first, which they did, and then you're like, everyone else is kind of trying to follow that up, which, you can't. But that's why they put the CM Punk promo afterwards.
Yeah, to sort of bring everyone down.
Any other particular matches you want to talk about as the entire Grand Slam?
Yeah, I've got, on night one, just quick little mention. The Cody Malachi Black match.
Yeah.
I liked it. But like, I was talking to one of my friends at work as well. He was confused about this as well. You know when Cody came out, right?
Yeah, yeah,
he got all like cheers and stuff, innit?
yeah.
And then when he started wrestling, everyone started booing him. I got confused.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah. Exactly. I did like the finish as well for here because it protected. It protected Cody, and he, for some reason he keeps on using to Malachi Black.
Yeah.
That's fine because it's like I'm sure his storyline will be okay. So is his storyline, is he going to turn heel because he's going to get he's losing too much to the same guy and he just has to go overkill? But then again, he's like Homelander, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is the gimmick, right? To be so American that you turn yourself heel accidentally on purpose.
I was thinking sort of the same thing, but not the American thing. I was thinking like he thinks he's so much of like a baby face that he actually turned himself into a heel.
Yeah, by overdoing the job. Yeah. So Homelander or Cody Lander, I even call him.
Yeah,
right.
Homelander.
That's the best thing that could happen to him, I think, is because his all his ring gear, like we were saying before, even on the last pay-per-view, Homelander.
Yeah.
So I hope they kind of go that way because it'd be a good tweak to a guy who thinks he's an all-American babyface. Everyone hates him for it.
Yeah. Like the world hates America. Not me. I have no problem against America, but like a lot of people feel that way towards America. So it'd be quite funny if it did.
Yeah. But I think as well, like I think he over relied on it when we were talking about he's having his match with Antonio Gogo. Like, yeah. But if they keep on going over the top on it, like keep on pushing it that direction, and it ends up the way we think it's going to end up, everyone will be calling him a genius.
Yeah.
You know?
And like me personally, I like heel Cody. I think heel Cody's the best when he's just that smug, arrogant git.
I think his ring gear probably should turn more all American Homelander style.
It should be more over the top, more
Yeah.
And he should actually wrestle in the cape. Make people hate him even more. It'd be great, man.
All right. I like the Sting and Darby Allin versus FTR match. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. It reminds me that FTR were the best tag team, one of the best tag teams ever.
And 62-year-old Sting.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Because he was in most of that match, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't know how much of it's them carrying him and how much, or not necessarily carrying, but like, we don't know. He is old, right?
Yeah.
But how much are they covering up from, and how much is because he's so smart about how he can do his ring work? He doesn't need to do too much to exhaust himself.
Yeah.
But they disguise all this stuff, and you never realised any bit.
No, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I did also like Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho.
Yeah, I like this match as well. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Not
too many. Sorry?
We all knew Britt was going to win.
Yeah, that's what the only thing it was, isn't it? It was just more how is she going to win? She's run pretty cleanly, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. Because like the bit where she could have cheated to win with the stomp, she didn't win from that. So that's pretty cool. So I like the whole lockjaw thing. Ruby tapped out.
Yeah, and Ruby looked good in defeat as well. So to be fair to them, no one came out of that looking bad.
Yeah.
Shifting over to AEW Rampage, which was on the Friday, which is the 24th.
Yep.
I thought CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs was pretty good.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, go on.
I did like the Super Click, which is Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus Christian Cage and Jurassic Express with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. That was pretty good as well. Really I like that.
Yeah.
The
Men of the Year match.
Yeah.
Whatever was what it was.
Yeah. The Lucha Brothers and Santana and Ortiz versus the Hardy family. Yeah.
This was a good match. I really like this one.
Yeah, it was pretty good as well.
Yeah. Even though it was a spot fest match, but it was great.
Yeah. But that's what these things are sometimes. You got to they add variety to everything, you know.
Yeah, because you sort of need a spot fest match on like a big card like this.
Yeah. And Moxley and Kingston versus Minoru Suzuki and Archer. That was pretty good as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, I couldn't think of anything bad to say, but I was going to say, yeah, it's a good match.
Yeah.
The one thing I thought about that match, though, was the interview beforehand, which made no sense.
Which interview?
Where...
okay. Yeah. Which part of the interview is what I meant?
The whole Eddie Kingston part made no sense. Because he's like, Mox is talking and Eddie King's like, no, blah, blah, get this off of me. He's like, but He's talking about his vest that he put on himself.
Yeah.
Why is he feuding with his own vest?
It was a lights out match, which I think is a no DQ match or something like that.
Yeah. It's a non-sanctioned match as well, so it doesn't count to anyone's record.
And Lance Archer was cut, like we were saying, they were doing a side-by-side promo.
Yeah.
Lance Archer was cutting promo, and Mizuzuki just spoke in Japanese, but you got what he meant.
Yeah.
Without even having to understand it, because that's how good that guy is, you know.
Oh, it was the best. It's just the Kingston bit made no sense.
Yeah. It's a bit. I don't want to say it was wacky comedy, but it's just like out there. It's like, what?
Like even Mott's kind of like afterwards, like, yeah. So what we're gonna do? Kind of like forgot what Kingston said because he didn't understand it either. I said,
but
yeah.
At the same time, it kind of suits these two Wildman style characters. If you know what I mean, they're just they're brawlers that have a mind like you got uncontrollable, unstable. So
yeah.
When that happens, you're like, it's just another thing that happens in this wackiness of our world.
I'm alright with this, I guess.
Yeah. I would say, you know what, for people to watch the both of the shows.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna just watch the highlights, Kenny versus Bryan Danielson, probably the ladies AEW Women's World Title match is Britt Baker.
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Hobbs, and which of these spot fest matches would you say?
I don't know, because Super Click is great.
Yeah.
But so is the Lucha Brothers and XLAX.
That's what I'm saying. Is most of the matches are pretty good. Most of this card is pretty good. You could watch the whole thing, or you could watch probably every other match. But that tells you how much you can't really cut the highlights of. You can't say, this match, you can skip this match. It's like mainly every other match you could watch.
Yeah, it's a hard choice to say not what to watch.
Yeah.
Even like the Penelope Ford and Anna Jay match. Yeah, that's missable because I don't actually know what happened in that match.
Yeah.
The only bit that's actually sort of entertaining is the end bit when the Dark Order come out with the best friends.
Yeah.
And then the whole Dark Order trying to get back on the same page thing. That's the only sort of good thing in that match, I'll say.
All right. Shifting over to WWE Extreme Rules, which happened on the 26th of September.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Did you watch the pre-show? Because I didn't watch the pre-show.
Yeah, I did watch the pre-show.
Okay, tell me, Liv Morgan versus Carmella. How was that?
It was good.
Right.
It was really good.
Okay.
Like I've always been a fan of Carmella. Liz Morgan, I'm okay with her.
Okay, I'll tell you the issue with Liv Morgan. I don't fault the girl herself. It's like they don't know what they're doing with her, and they keep on changing it. And then you're like, right, but why are you keeping her? And you don't know what you're doing with her.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just because she's a hot-looking girl, and that's the only thing you're like, we'll keep her because we don't want the competition to have her, essentially.
No, you know why I say they keep her? Because she's homegrown talent, isn't it?
Well, to be fair, she's also pretty young, 25 or something. They got time to do stuff with her, but you keep on cutting out her legs before.
Yeah, you keep sort of like promoting you're going to do something with her, and then you do nothing, and then it's just...
They switch her back and then switch her again, and it's like you're wasting her time.
Mm-hmm. And you're sort of like getting the fans numb to her now. It's like, really?
Yeah.
We get behind it, and you do nothing. Why should we? Yeah.
But you're saying it was still a decent match regardless, yeah?
Yeah, pretty good match.
All right.
She finally got her win, so I was like, hey, good on her. That's pretty cool.
So the New Day, which is Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods versus Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, and Omos. What did you think of that?
I liked it.
It was all right.
It was, again, you sort of need one of these matches, like you're saying of the AEW stuff, you sort of need this sort of multi-man madness match. Which is
kind of funny, because you say multi-man, but I don't think Omos did too much. That was beyond his... He did what he could do.
Yeah.
Within his capabilities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was everyone sort of wrestling around him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I can say about that. But it was pretty fun, like you're saying.
Yeah.
The antics of the New Day versus, then I think AJ did probably most of the work for his team, because he's a smaller guy, so he had to sell and be like the guy who's trying to give not the hot tag, but he could tag an Omos or Bobby Lashley. They're too big to be the guy who's be the underdog or the guy in trouble.
Yeah. That's true.
The Usos versus the Street Profits, and this is for the tag team, the SmackDown tag team titles.
Yep.
What do you think?
Another, I like all the Uso matches, and I like the Street Profits matches. So together, I thought them two against each other was great.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad match. I was engaged.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly. I don't want to say stand out, but nothing I recall off the top of my head.
No.
Because there's other stuff that overshadows everything else later on, right?
Yeah. Plus, this match had a lot of near falls and stuff, and there was moments I was like, you know what, the Profits could win.
Yeah, except that the Bloodline story is running, so
yeah. But I thought like
the
they could
chances of
always
winning drastic go down.
Yeah, drastic go down. But I thought like maybe they might lose it, the Usos, and then get it back.
Yeah. There was a possibility.
Yeah. Because like that's easily.
That's something they engaged me enough to think, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But not quite enough for me to go, definitely.
Yeah.
Or not even definitely, more of the 50-50. They're already playing behind in my books with the way the booking was going.
Yeah, but you still had that sort of like, say 10% chance that they could win.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it wouldn't feel weird. Like, why did you do that? Because like this is obviously it could be storyline motivated, and then Roman can be like, oh yeah, you guys are letting me down, and they go even more violent and get the belts back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on to Charlotte Flair, who's the Raw Women's Champion versus Alexa Bliss. Now, I didn't actually, you know what? I thought this match was pretty alright.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte played the brute here, manhandling Alexa Bliss. Because there's a massive height difference between them as well, it kind of worked.
Like a foot or something.
Sorry?
It's like a foot height difference or something between
Yeah, exactly. So Alexa Bliss ain't getting a tombstone from Charlotte or anything like that, because that's going to be but she was like throwing Alexa Bliss around like into barricades and stuff like that. But who was the face and who was the heel here? I was like, I don't know who I'm supposed to be cheering for. Only like two bad guys versus each other, because there's a bit where Charlotte threw Alexa Bliss into a barricade and then the people booed her, and then she reacted as someone who would be if they were heel or just generally pissed off about the situation. They boo her and she's like, oh yeah, boo.
That's what I love about Charlotte. She knows how to work the crowd.
Yeah. Well, whether it was genuine emotion or not, I was like, that's great. That's a great move. You're getting them engaged into you, so I guess you must be the heel, right?
Yeah.
Except that, what the hell is Alexa Bliss's gimmick about the possessed doll demon, Sister Lex or whatever? And it's like, you're not the heel? And
that's the thing. I don't know anymore with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Like with Charlotte, she's the heel. But with Alexa, I don't know what she's meant to be.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of made this match a bit weird for me.
Yeah.
It is storyline wise, not like the match was all right? But I just think it's like the way that Alexa Bliss's character was, we don't know what to do. I did like how Charlotte decided to tear up the doll at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, that's the type of thing she would do, exactly.
Yeah.
As per her character.
That's good. And then the whole long-winded bit at the end, though, where Alexa Bliss was crying for way too long.
Yeah, and then you can see the Alka-Seltzer she put in her, the whatever to make her mouth foam was like, because she was screaming, and you can just see the tablet in her mouth. And you're like, yeah, all right. But I did like when Charlotte ripped the doll, and then Alexa Bliss just came out of nowhere and just died, like scrambling to fight her. But okay, that makes
sense. Yeah. But everything else.
Exactly. Which is like, okay, we'll just throw a couple of question marks at exactly what's going on here. But I guess that means Bliss is probably going to get a gimmick refreshment. Either that, or she's just going to go completely in the opposite, completely more into the gimmick. Who knows?
Because they say apparently, like reports is that she's going to be off TV for a couple of weeks or months.
Probably because it's just going to be like, we're going to have to work out what we're going to do now with you.
Yeah.
Because it'll be. If she's come back as normal Alexa, I say normal, not even Mean Girl Alexa or Face Alexa, but just like non-possessed entity Alexa, you have to have a break between this and that.
Yeah, you're gonna, because I don't know where you go.
Or if she goes completely into the character and becomes an actual demon goddess,
Yeah, that's the only thing you could do, and you either go one way or the other. There's nothing.
I tell you what, as well, if she came back and Rosemary was a tag team partner or something like that, it'd be like,
Yeah. Goodbye.
yeah. Or the demon, what's it called? What's Su Young? What does her? The undead bride.
Yeah, the undead bride. Yeah.
All of them, freaky girls together as a tag team. That'd be hilarious.
That makes sense.
All right, Damian Priest, the US heavyweight champion, versus Jeff Hardy and Sheamus. I
know what? This was probably like my favorite match of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Again, watching it, I thought, you know what, Jeff Hardy could actually win this.
I think it was this was the match that had all the participants had an equal chance of winning.
Yeah.
People here, you weren't distracted by anything else other than literally they were here to have a wrestling match.
Yeah.
None of these storyline gimmicks or nothing like that. It's just the most straightforward one out of everything.
Yeah. Which is weird because it's a 3-man tag, which you would think would have, not 3-man tag, like a triple threat, which you'd think have the most weird convoluted story going into it. But no!
Yeah. It's like, look, we both won the title, so you got the title. Let's have at it.
Yeah, but it was simple. It was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that funny moment where Jeff Hardy reversed Damian Priest's finisher, what do you call it? He does the crossroads. The what?
Yeah, it's called the Reckoning.
And then he tried to twist it into the Twist of Fate, but the thing is, they both fell back. And Jeff Hardy in the Dragon Sleeper, the whole position. And then one of the commentators was like, he was trying to get a Dragon Sleeper, even though we all blatantly what he was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Right? But trying to cover it up, and I was like, Hardy, just lock that Dragon Sleeper in for a little bit, yeah? And then it just looked like, actually, that's what you were trying to do. But then he just went straight, pick him up and give him the Twist of Fate. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose they have a time limit, so they can't exactly go around it too much. You can't exactly lock him in a Dragon Sleeper for 20 seconds or like maybe 10 seconds or something. But like, you know what? If we're not going to this spot, just get out of the spot and do whatever we were meant to do. But yeah, they kind of watching it outside, you're like, he had a chance to readjust certain things. But when you're in the match, you don't think of that.
No, you think that I need to stick to not the script, but I got to,
I can't really get to my point because the other guy in the triple threat match is going to come out at some point and he's going to look stupid waiting for it if I don't get it. Yeah.
Did you notice the other bit when Damian Priest, I think he something to do with he jumped. He was doing a move. I can't remember what it was, and he kind of was on the apron and he slipped, and he kind of like just landed on the floor, got back up and did the whole spot again. And commentary tried to like cover up for like, no, just say, dude, he slipped. It's all right.
Yeah, just leave it be sometimes, like, in the sense of, look, these genuine things happen.
Yeah.
And it's not if, for example, it was a blatant botch.
Yeah.
That he had to redo the spot. It's like, well, it's incidental because there was something else that had nothing to do with the people within the ring.
Yeah.
So I would personally, as a viewer, be like, if that happened, you'd be like, oh, well, that's an allowance. That's,
Yeah.
But in the ring before, like stuff like that happens. You can't foresee it. So
just admit to it, innit?
Yeah.
I did like at the start of the match though how Sheamus literally just ran up to Jeff Hardy and kneed him out the ring. I thought that was amazing. Like, what the?
Yeah. Just like you get out of here.
Sheamus, like at first when he first started wrestling, I wasn't too into Sheamus, but like over the last like 2 or 3 years, I'm like, you know what, Sheamus is quite underrated. He's a solid wrestler.
Yeah.
He's got good character stuff. Yeah,
I think that works kind of. Look, he could do stuff, and it kind of works against him sometimes because they put him all over the card, and sometimes they just put him in like really odd, not necessarily odd storylines. Don't pay attention to him too much.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Right? Like you're saying, is they pushed him too hard at the beginning, I think. Right, and then they kind of soured on him.
Yeah, and
then he started. Yeah, I mean, look, the guy can work. That's the thing. But just and like, he's in a position where we can help either people get over on him, or he can defeat someone that's on his level, or but
it's just it's like, they don't know how to most of the times, he just don't know how to use him. Like right now, I think this is the best like kind of character he's had and the best way they're using him. Just
but the same with Cesaro as well. Because where like they've got him, but they're like, what are we gonna do with him?
Yeah.
What exactly are we gonna do with him? Oh yeah, well, you know, whatever.
Yeah, we'll think of something for a moment and then we'll drop it. Yeah.
Okay, now shifting on to the match after this, which is Becky Lynch, the women's SmackDown Women's Champion versus Bianca Belair.
Yep.
I like this match actually. I thought it went pretty well. This is probably the match they should have had at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but I can see how this match, the SummerSlam match, motivated this. Even though I still don't like.
Yeah. They took a bad decision that they made. Unless, of course, you're going to say Vince McMahon is a genius and he deliberately did that to get us to here, right? But these ladies they actually had the match that you would expect them to have had prior.
Yeah.
I like this match. It was pretty good. I think we both kind of knew that it was going to be some sort of inconclusive finish, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was
the satisfactory ending, however, is what I expected.
Yeah.
Not that I expected Sasha Banks to come out and backstab everyone, right?
Yeah.
But just like I don't think they're going to give me a finish here. Because they're going to protect both ladies. Because they've done damage to enough of them both already.
Yeah, because you couldn't exactly like if Bianca lost to Becky again, would you sort of go with Bianca now? You know what I mean? At the moment,
I think what was good is both ladies prior to the finish, they both look good. And even. Like, you know, no one's having too much of an advantage over other people when you're like, oh, this person's dominating or that, right? But yeah. As Bianca was going to do her finish, that's when Sasha Banks came in and interfered. And it's good that she turned on both of them.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, so there's only one face here. That's Bianca Belair, right?
Yeah.
I'm having two heels here. Or what the hell is Sasha Banks that's going to, like, oh, yeah. So she attacks Bianca Belair, so I assume she's heel, but then she attacks Becky Lynch, and I'm like, but she's not a face.
Yes, what is she? She's Sasha.
Exactly. They should just do that. But like when they do the alignment, you got Becky Lynch's heel, Bianca Belair's face, and Sasha Banks and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, and I liked how the Becky like thumbs up, like we good.
Yeah, except that we're not. That was yeah. I mean, that was a good piece of character work as well. Like you're saying, she was hugging her title and be like, Sasha.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
Yeah. Okay, on to the main event. Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, versus the Demon King
Balor.
Balor, Extreme Rules match.
The only Extreme Rules match on the whole card.
I think this match was... Okay, so he defeated Finn Balor on a SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
And then they hot-shotted his feud with the Demon here. Just to give it a bit like, oh, maybe Roman Reigns is going to lose. Then the issue is, though, Roman Reigns is already set up for a feud with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that was kind of a dumb thing.
Exactly. Let's go through the match, and then let's go through options they could have done instead, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of things they could have done that would have helped all people involved. But anyways, this match was kind of all right. I expected more Uso interference, funny enough.
Yeah,
right?
Same.
No, Roman was... okay. The ring work was all good, right?
Yeah.
All the way to the end.
Yeah.
Finish was whatever, right?
Yeah.
But Roman was hanging in there with the undefeated Demon King. Well, on the main roster, anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
And he wasn't doing his usual, when the Tribal Chief character, where this match is him mouthing off to the camera and stuff like that, and not a slow plodding match, but more like he'll pace around, mouthing off to the camera, and not doing too much to his opponent, not overdoing it, anyways.
Yeah.
But here was like he had a proper fight on his hands.
Yeah.
Which it made Finn Balor good.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. It showed that he was taking Finn Balor seriously.
Yeah. I know that. He said they leveled him up to the point where he could hang with the Demon. You know what I mean? Like, okay, fair enough. But then again, I'm sure you played most of the SmackDown games, right?
Yeah.
When you look at the stats, Demon Finn Balor has actually had lower stat points than Roman Reigns most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. Anyways, so towards the end, the Usos came out to interfere, and Finn Balor just destroyed both of them as well.
Yeah.
And then
he
wait,
gets.
I was gonna say first does he drop kick Roman Reigns? No, that's afterwards. Yeah, you're right.
That's
no,
afterwards,
you go
yeah.
first.
Then he gets rock bottom through the table, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And then that's when he starts calling for the last bit of his demonic powers. He starts like lying on the floor like he's getting defibrillated.
No. No, he rock bottoms through the table, right? And then the match continues because I think he kicks out, whatever. But then the Usos interfere, and I know where you go for. But it's only because afterwards, right?
Yeah.
After he's dealt with all the Usos, and he's like showing out to the crowd, going, yeah, because he's doing the Super Saiyan charge up, right?
Yeah.
Roman comes out of nowhere and spears him to the barricade.
Yeah, that's it.
And then, like you're saying, Finn Balor's heartbeat, like the Demon Prince heartbeat music plays when he's like defibrillating himself on the floor, which looked a bit weird because he was on his
back. Yeah, he was on his stomach in it. Yeah.
Yeah. But even on his front, how are you going to do it as well?
Yeah, right. Give me some concussion.
Literally looked like he was spasming on the ground, kind of.
Yeah.
He just hulks up in the red light for some reason. They decided to do this, where he just destroys Roman Reigns, and
which I thought was amazing. Like that red light thing, kind of like changed the gear of the match. So he kind of like went with it because I know sometimes they did weird stuff and like that's dumb. But he kind of went with what he was doing, especially he was playing his theme song as well. Like, okay.
Once he got up, after him being speared through the barricade, he got up and he drop kicked Roman through a table.
Yeah.
Like he did a drop kick, and Roman went flying back, and he just basically did a jumping back bump onto a table that was on its legs, which is really quite good.
Yeah.
And then he just dragging him in the ring, throw him in the ring, goes to the top rope to do his coup de grace.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. First of all, why is it taking so long, right?
Yeah.
And secondly, what's with all this smoky heartbeat stuff going on, right? While he's beating up Roman Reigns while his music is playing, okay. Yeah. And then suddenly the top rope drops, like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's like, he sells it, right? He drops down, he grabs his knee, and he's like looking at the top rope, like, what?
Yeah.
And then he turns around and gets speared by Roman Reigns. To be fair, he took 2 spears. Like, he speared him early before, and the Demon Finn Balor kicked out.
Yeah. He's one of the few men that's actually kicked out a spear, so gave him that. So that's cool.
I thought, okay, you know what? I would have preferred because its ending's a bit convoluted, but whatever, right?
Yeah.
If he speared him and speared him so much, he rolled Finn Balor rolled over back into his legs, and then Roman Reigns just got up and speared him again. Like, just give him 2 spears in a row. It's a demon. You might as well protect him if you're going to do that. Yeah. But so it took. Oh, okay. It took 2 spears, not 2 spears in a row, for Roman Reigns to defeat the Demon King, and then Roman Reigns looks up at the sky and says, "Oh God, has something to do with his."
I love that.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this?
Yeah.
It's like, thank the Lord. I'm like, wait a minute. So Vince, are you gonna do another match versus are you gonna have the Demon Prince versus the Lord God Almighty?
No, man, they might be like an Angel Prince or something, a new character, someone, I don't know.
Yeah. So like, what are you gonna do here? But I think they're just gonna. Do you think they're literally gonna sell it as something that had something to do with something? Or they're just gonna ignore it and just pretend that?
Nah, I think they're gonna go with it and say that it's to do with something. That someone's looking out for Roman Reigns, and yeah.
I personally would have preferred if, as an Extreme Rules match. The best logic, right? Okay, I'll tell you what I preferred for this particular match, and then I'll tell you the best logic I think which should have happened, right?
Yeah.
Brock come out, like as this match is going on, I think Finn Balor is going to be jumping off the top rope, whatever. Brock comes out, and he F5s the Demon, picks up Roman Reigns, F5s him as well, yeah. But then because he knows he's getting his title match, he just pulls Roman Reigns on top of the Demon King. Be like, I'd rather fight him than the Demon, but at least it's something that progresses other storylines because
I get it. I'm trying to think, but then that doesn't really do anything for Finn Balor.
Yeah, right, but they didn't do anything for Finn Balor anyways, right? And you could have probably built later onto the Demon versus Brock Lesnar from that route if they were so bothered. Ideally, though, they should have just had a triple threat match with Roman Reigns, the Demon, Finn Balor, and Brock Lesnar. because then everyone can come out there looking fine.
Yeah, but I think if it wasn't for the thingy show, was it Crown Jewel, they probably wouldn't went that route. But because obviously they're paying them money.
The issue here is mainly they set that match up where it's going to be Brock and Roman, so you knew Finn Balor wasn't going to.
Yeah, they should have.
They basically sacrificed him for that.
Yeah,
and it's just like you shouldn't have done that.
But
really.
To be fair, though, in the lead up to this match, how they were playing it off wasn't like Finn. It wasn't a possibility of Finn Balor facing. There wasn't a. How they set up the match? It was basically saying like, even if Roman loses, he's still facing Brock at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, well.
So I was like, okay, at least they're going around that rather than like before when other times they've done this sort of stuff. You're like, you really just sort of told us who's going to win.
I think the other issue is as well, Roman's going to be holding it for a long time, and they're like saying, oh, maybe the Rock match at WrestleMania or something like that. So there's a plan for Roman Reigns, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's a long-term plan.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. I want to say it does affect his matches in the sense that they make him predictable because you know what they're kind of doing. Yeah. However, if you can use that predictability for and against, but when you're like, all right, I'm gonna bust out with the Demon, and you're just like, well, yeah, but you know, Roman's not going to. Very unlikely for him to lose a title, and if it's let's say you versus a normal jabroni, you're like, all right, for the long-term storyline, you know, maybe they got a 10% chance of winning or something like that. Yeah. Right? Usually, Demon Finn Balor has a 100% chance of winning.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But here, I was thinking, all right, maybe he has a 20% chance of winning, but I don't think he will. That's how much you've knocked down the percentages in this match.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was going to be Demon King versus the Bloodline. That's essentially what the match was going to be.
Yeah.
Where the Usos keep on interfering, which would have been all right because they're like, well, towards the end of the match or something like that. But I could buy it because it's the Demon King, you're trying to protect him. But yeah. But match content was fine. The ending was a bit. As in, that's the talking point about the match is like.
What was that?
Yeah. And it took away. I was always told, right? So you could have a decent match for the length of time your match is, right?
Yeah.
But if your end sequence is great, that's what people remember.
Yeah.
So no matter how much good this match was during the actual match.
Because I know some people were saying like this match shouldn't have been lost because then people would have got over that finish. I was like, yeah, I get that, but then I don't know. But it's true, yeah. If this was like instead of if the Bianca and Becky match was end of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but then the Becky match still had interference at the end.
Yeah,
as well,
that's the thing. I think you can't really get around. Yeah,
they all kind of got stuck. They were locked in a position where nothing was going to be helpful to anyone.
Yeah. Unless they put this match first, then by the end of the night you would have forgot about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then what's your main event match? You know what I mean? There's a very awkward way around.
They could have made the New Day versus AJ and that the last match and made it longer.
Maybe. And you could even say it was for the title.
Yeah.
Just to make it more like elimination and for the title, just to put the stakes up a bit more if you were going to do that. So that's fair. All right. Any other things you want to go about for the week, or well, no, not really, because we're just covering these four, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I did have an idea, but I didn't know it, so we'll probably speak about it in the next roundup.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's us signing off. I am the stuffed doll that Charlotte Flair tore apart, CY Chung.
And I am the broken top turnbuckle Kyle Charles.
Right.
I love that. I don't care. I thought it was weird.
Which, by the way, we've got to point out, Finn Balor's not a big guy. Finn Balor's like 80 kilos or something like that, 80 to 90 kilos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You're putting that happening. Like, right. All right, whatever. Top, you get on the top rope with Nick Drake. Okay, whatever, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got to go with the whole someone interfered with it for that to happen.
But that's us signing off. Thanks for taking the trip around the multiverse with us.
Yes, thank you. Hope you have a great October, because that's coming up. And if you have any ideas for us to speak about any other things in our roundups of the month, let us know, you know. We'll be happy to do it. And yeah, remember, like, subscribe, all that lovely jubbly stuff, tell a friend. And we will definitely catch you next time. Bye.
Jesus, Kate, what happened to you?
I missed. I think I was poisoned before the hit. V, who was the target?
The grand honcho of the Yakuza.
How much time do I have?
14 hours, maybe 15.
Kate, it's gonna be okay.
You won't get any more questions from me after today.
Who are you?
I'm Kate. Who poisoned me?
I only followed us.
Whose orders? How do I get to him?
He doesn't surface ever.
Somebody knows.
Hey, let go of me!
What's wrong with you?
I need to find the people that did this to me.
Won't make it an hour without you. I can help you get them.
They're gonna know I was here.
Who?
Everyone.
Kate, you're like that person in a nightmare. Take no shit from no dudes. They're scary. Just a total killer, babe.
Thanks.
How much time do we have?
Not much.
You can't stop her. Great shot.
What's so funny?
You're all about to die.
There's like 20 of us.
Then you're outnumbered.